Alright guys, so today I want to go over the most recent accuracy test I've done on the SCAR. So I've had my SCAR 17 now for roughly about, I don't know, 3-4 months, maybe a little longer. I've been doing some mods to it here and there. I'll put a Vortex Viper PST Gen 2, 3 to 15 by 44. It's a first focal plane. It's an MOA reticle, so just give you a little background on the rifle so you know before I go over what the group sizes were. The gun is still running a completely stock trigger, so it has an unopened, awful, probably 6-7 pound, gritty, stagey, creepy trigger. So that's obviously not the best case scenario for shooting microscopic sized groups. Not only that, but the SCAR is not a sniper. Now, I'd argue to even say that it's a DMR, but that's the role that I'm using it for. 308 battle gun, more favored towards a DMR style role. So it's got big glass on top of it, or a decent sized glass, I should say. Nice and clear. So all these groups were shot at 100 yards. I do have the small information here on the side as far as what the weather looked like. So it was about a week ago or so. 85 degrees, ambient temp, and humidity was about 81%. So again, not really ideal shooting conditions. Barrel was getting hot. And also to give you a little more background on the test I was running, pretty much I confirmed zero with the junk Tula, and then I just ran these groups one right behind the other. The time it took me to load the mag with the next ammo and shoot, that's what I did. So to be fair, some of the groups might have deteriorated towards the end just due to straight heat of the barrel. But I wanted to be, at least somewhat minded of what it would be like in the field. You would just keep loading the mag and keep going. You're not going to give the barrel 5 minutes to cool off and clean the barrel in between each. That's bullshit. So, we're just going to do it one after the other, and I'll go over each group size with you, let you know what I thought. So this will be part 1 of the accuracy testing. It's going to continue with many more match loads, and I'm even going to try doing some hunting loads just to see, for shits and giggles, what will happen. What can I throw in this thing that it really likes? What can I throw in here other than hand loads, off-the-shelf boxes that it really likes? So right now, it appears that it has 2 big favorites and a really weird one that I would have never predicted, but I can get it for very cheap, so I plan on doing that. So if you have a SCAR 17, this video is definitely for you to listen to. Anyways, now that we're done with the bullshit talk, let's get into the actual meat and potatoes here. So let's just start off with what I run a majority of it with all the time. Its normal diet is Tula. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Oh, well, he's got a $3,000 rifle, $1,000 piece of glass, and all this other stuff done to it, but he runs a $20 or 20 cents a shot ammo. That's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Well, I'd rather just have a bunch of cheap ammo and train with that than compile match grade stuff and barely ever shoot the thing. So, like it or not, that's what it runs most of the time, and it functions 100%. So I really can't complain too much. I think I got it for 27 cents a shot off of AmmoSeek. So starting with the Tula, center to center at the widest point is 2.242 inches. So again, a little over 2 MOA accuracy. Not really that spectacular, but also not that terrible for a really crappily cased ammo. Now, I will say Tula does have good chamber pressures. It does run a little more dirty, though, obviously being steel case, so and it's not nearly as consistent. The powder charges are all over the place. Now, I don't have a chrono yet to actually go into depth with standard deviation or what the advertised muzzle velocity is versus what I'm actually getting, but again, not really too terrible. 2.242 inches out of some junk, probably the cheapest stuff you're going to find and run through it. I'll take that. So in no particular order, let's just scoot up over here. This was probably the most disappointing one, I'd say, is the Ppu Match. I expected a lot more than I guess I should have. A lot of people were saying they got 3-4 minutes of angle out of this, out of like a standard AR carbine. So I don't know what the disconnect is, or if I just got a good batch or bad batch. I don't really know. But it only cut 1.908 inches at 100 yards. That's really not that great for match ammo. But, the SCAR was very consistent all day. So we'll kind of see it trickle out through the next couple of groups. That maybe it wasn't necessarily the ammo, but I don't know. I probably put 400 or 500 rounds through the gun, and I haven't cleaned it yet. So, she's probably pretty dirty. I don't know that the barrel is necessarily the most clean for this. But again, I wanted to do something that's realistic. What's going to happen out in the field? What kind of real-world accuracy can you expect out of this with good ammo? So let's go down here to the next one. So I have the boxes kind of hanging out here to the side so you can see what the boxes look like. This is Sierra Matchkings. Obviously, it's a federal ammo loaded with a Matchking bullet. It's 175 grain, so you're getting into the heavier stuff here with a 1 in 12 twist barrel that the Scar runs. And again, keep in mind, this is a pencil profile barrel, so heat is its worst enemy as far as string and shots. So we held a 1.668 inch group at 100 yards with 175 grain pills. Now, maybe when you walk out to a distance, you're really going to see these things destabilize. From what I understand, 1 in 12 is really pushing the limits of 175 grain pill. That's on the very heavy side for a 1 in 12 twist. So that's not too terrible. I'll take that. It's about, 1.5 MOA, give or take a little bit. So that's pretty good. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. This was, I think, the worst one that I have out of all the ammo that I shot. This isn't necessarily a match load, but it's supposed to be law enforcement, service grade ammo. I was severely disappointed. Cci Gold Dot, 168 grain. Like I said, this is the LE. It's a soft point. It didn't really do that hot. I don't know. Some of this could be me, the inconsistencies with the poor trigger, but like I said, from what all the other tests showed, it was pretty consistent, regardless if it was match or not. So this seems pretty bad. Considering the Tula shot better, I don't know. I had a higher expectation for this. Maybe we'll revisit it in the ammo testing part 2. I don't know. So who knows what happened there. Going across here, we have some Hornady Black, which this is so stupid to even mention, but it has the coolest looking box out of anything that I have here. It is very awesome. But not that really matters. It is loaded with an amax bullet, so it has the ballistic tip style bullet. It's 155 grain pill, so it's a little on the lighter side for a 308, which is good for the Scar because it can stabilize that a little bit better. But 1.855 inches, that doesn't really speak to it a whole lot. Again, this isn't match ammo, but it should be a little more consistent than that in my mind, considering it's over $1 a shot. It's pretty expensive stuff, but no big deal. Moving on. Here's what I thought it was going to shoot the best, and I did not get the result that I was looking for on this day. The Sierra Matchkings, loaded by Federal in this case, it's running a Matchking bullet, hollow point, 168 grain boat tail hollow point bullet. It's 100. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is it was a little disappointing because the last time I shot with this particular ammo, this exact box of stuff, it shot well under an inch. I mean, considerably under an inch. Probably about 0.8 of an inch or so. So it was well under sub MOA. It started stringing here a little bit. Again, could have been hot. I don't know. But it was pretty consistent throughout the day, so maybe it just wasn't the day for it. Like I said, conditions weren't really all that ideal either. So it's coming in at 1.857 inches at 100 yards. Again, not terrible, but you should expect a little bit more out of match ammo. So again, not bad, but I thought it would do a little bit better. So let's just keep moving on here. So this is so far the winner of the accuracy testing. The Hornady ELD Match. 155 grain. It is the similar bullet to the amax in the fact that it is a ballistic tip. It has a polymer tip on the front of it. Other than that, it would be a hollow point boat tail. And they soar in there, man. I cannot complain. I cut a 8.90 inch group. So that is well under an inch, well under sub MOA accuracy. And yeah, that by far was the most consistent ammo of the day. I'll show you another group that I shot here just shortly. But yeah, it was great. I felt every time I pulled the trigger, I felt like I was going to be able to stack them through the same hole. Keep in mind, the first 3 shots of the group there were those top 3. That is 3 holes oblong, just kind of egged them out. So center to center, less than an inch at the widest point is incredible for a battle gun, and for a gun that is nowhere near close to a sniper rifle, that's pretty impressive. So let's keep moving on here. Going down the line here. I'll save the wild card for last. But here's another group with the ELD match. 1.345 inches. I shot this at the very end when the barrel was super hot, and it still maintained just over MOA accuracy. It's not too terrible. It's less than an inch and a half, so coming in at 1.345 inches. Very good group again, so I was impressed with that. The ELD match seems to be the most consistent thing that I've shot through it at this point. But, you know, there's going to be probably 20, 30 more different types of loads that I'm going to run through this thing. So something might edge it out. I don't know. But I have seen matchkings shoot the same exact style group as the first group I showed you at 0.89 inches. It's not uncommon for a scar to shoot that with matchkings. So, I don't know. Moving on. Showing you another group from the matchkings. Here you'll see that this is pretty much almost identical to the ELD match. 1.380 inches. So like I said, it's a little smaller than the last group I showed you. Almost by a ½ inch. So again, lends itself well in the scar. It shoots extremely good out of the scars. And that's what a lot of people really, really talk about online. Well, if you're going to buy off the box, you know, off the shelf box stuff, the scar likes matchkings. Run matchkings. 168 grain. Loaded by pretty much anybody. They run great. It's a great bullet. So we'll see. We'll keep shooting that and see what happens. I'll compare it in every test from going here forward. I will shoot matchkings in 168 grain and just see how they stack up on that particular day with the rest of the ammo that I'm shooting. So we'll see what happens. Now I'm going to save the wild card for last, which is this next one. This one was the most surprising to me in the fact that I completely just shot this one in the dark and you know, just kind of went for it. When I saw it online on Midway USA, it was on sale for 60% off. So I was like, even if it's complete junk, it's almost as cheap as Steelcase. So let's just try it out. So if you're wondering, it is actually Malaysian surplus ammo. This stuff shot incredible. I could not believe how accurate this stuff was. 1.357 inches at 100 yards out of Malaysian surplus. This is L2A2 ball, which is a bimetal jacket, a full metal jacket round. It is incredibly accurate for surplus ammo. I believe this stuff is dated, yes, 1981. It's dated way back. This stuff's pretty old, so for it to be on the shelf for that long, primer's still sealed and in excellent condition, and shoot this well, I really cannot complain. So that really makes me want to buy a couple more lots of it and see if it will stack up. Will it continue to shoot this consistently, even through a dirty gun? You know, if that's the case, then battle ammo it is. You know, that's pretty damn good. That's almost match grade accuracy out of a surplus round. That's pretty much unheard of. So every now and again you get good lots and get bad lots of mil-surp stuff. So I'm not really too sure if this is going to hold out or not. So we'll have to find out. But for now, that's going to conclude the first round of accuracy testing. I will, like I said, many, many more loads will be coming. It'll all be, you know, off-the-shelf box loads you could buy anywhere, online, in the store, whatever. I want to make sure if it's something that you can get your hands on, it's something that I'm going to run through the gun. And I'm going to test it all. I want to find what works, what doesn't work. How expensive of an ammo do you have to buy to get sub-MOA consistently? Is it possible to do that? I don't know. Guys rant and rave online. My scar shoots sub-MOA all the time. And other guys say it's an 1.5 inch gun. Well, my research up to this point shows me it's roughly an 1.5 inch gun, which that's more than enough to do DMR work. So if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down in the boxes below. Also, feel free to subscribe and like if you like the video, if you like what you see. I will bring this back in round 2 with many more different loads. I'm going to try and favor maybe towards the heavier end of the spectrum this time with bullet weights instead of the lighter end. I had a lot of stuff around 150 grains. So if you have any particular ammo you'd like to see me run through the scar, or maybe if you want to see me do the scar overview video, feel free to comment that down below and I'll try my best to make it happen. Thanks for watching 299 Tactical, guys, and I'll see you next time.